Hey, happy Friday and welcome to a morning edition of I Can't Even Meals. I have this love of playing around with ingredients so that we take foods that are traditional, right? Like that we've used before. Like a lot of times we've eaten quiche, we've eaten a lot of things that have breading and other things for breakfast, but we end up having like, I don't know, a Pop-Tart or whatever, and don't feel good at the end of the day. I was someone who played basketball for like 9 years, and I didn't know anything about nutrition. So by the time I was 17, 18, my performance started going down because I wasn't actually feeding my body what it needed to perform in the way that it needed to as I got older. So as I've gotten older, I am super passionate about a couple things. One, playing with ingredients that feel traditional. They're still that make you really yummy things, but that help my body perform. And that means physically, I did CrossFit this morning. That's why I look like a hot mess. And I need additional protein in order to help perform in that way. But also help my brain function, help me be the best that I can be throughout the day. And the best way to start that is with protein. So today I'm going to make 3 really easy egg white bites. The reason for egg whites is because eggs are great. There's like you can do egg whites or eggs. There's like no shame in either one of those things. And I'll walk through the difference between them as I work. I realize I probably need to work at the same time. So what I've done is I have actually 3 different size pans, depending upon the size of egg white that you would want to have. And that's because I'm going to make 3 different kinds. So I have broccoli and Monterey Jack with Parmesan and some collagen. I have rotel, some dried tomatoes, Gruyere, I don't even know how to say the cheese, and collagen. And then I also have spinach, mushroom, mozzarella, and collagen. The reason I'm adding collagen to everything is because it's an easy add. It adds an additional, for the entire batch, it adds around 25 grams of protein and some essential amino acids, which makes my heart super happy because again, we're talking about how do we not just ingest something for the caloric value, but how do we ingest things that are going to make our bodies perform better. So without further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and spray these pans. I set the oven at 350. And you probably want to do a good job of really coating the insides of these puppies because eggs tend to be pretty sticky, right? So I have extra virgin olive oil spray, and I just basically sprayed it. I have, for my first little egg white bite, I have about a 1/4 cup of the Monterey Jack cheese. I have about 1/4 cup of the Parmesan, and then I have about 2 cups of broccoli. So all I did for the broccoli was I put it into a food processor because for me, I don't know about you, I don't like the crunchiness of broccoli, but I like the fiber that it gives me. It makes my body feel good, right? So if you're helping out kids, if you don't like broccoli, this is a great way to get broccoli in there because once it cooks, it tastes totally different than it smells because it doesn't smell super great. So I'm gonna put that into this bowl right here. And then, well, I think I'm gonna put it into the bowl. As I do that, then so you have 2 options, right? Egg whites are always tricky for me because I feel like I'm wasting eggs when I do it the old-fashioned way, which is through cage-free eggs. It's very important that you pay attention to the sourcing of your eggs. I know that they're like double and sometimes triple the cost, but think about this. Think about an animal that is held in captivity, never sees the light of day, is scrunched its entire life like this, and think about all the things that are happening in its body. It's super stressed out and it gives you an egg, right? That's the egg that you're purchasing for the $2 for 12. The one that's for $6 for 12 eggs, they're happy, they're roaming, they're picking all around, they're fed really well. That's what you're ingesting. You're ingesting the happy byproduct of an egg that is happy. So sourcing actually does matter because what that animal produces is related to how it was treated. Okay, so, hi, biceps. Yes, that's what working out does. All right, so I have these guys. So I have also, I have some egg whites. So you can get, I think Stony Fields is the best. For some reason, Publix wasn't carrying that, and I don't know why. This last time that I went in, they weren't carrying it. So I don't know if they don't carry it anymore, but I don't know. So to get 14 egg whites, you're gonna have 1 3/4 cup of egg whites if you're just pouring them in, or you're gonna have 14 egg whites that you purchase and you just maybe put the yolks to the side or something for later on. So I'm gonna put about 3/4 of a cup in here. So egg whites are really cool because they still provide you with a really good amount of protein, and that's a super important part. So egg whites, per egg white, it's about 16 calories. Egg yolks are about 54 calories, so an entire egg is about 70. So if you are looking to cut, if you're looking to lean down, egg whites would likely be the best thing for you. But egg yolks contain all kinds of vitamins and minerals that the egg whites don't. So know that they both have their purpose, and you may even want to mix in some egg yolks with your egg whites to get that in there. But it's not like one is evil and one is not. It's just for what purposes are you using it for. So the egg white has about 3 grams of protein per egg white, but egg whites also have something called selenium. Selenium, I hope I'm saying that right? Because I'm not a scientist, I don't know. And by the way, I'm gonna use a little ice cream scoop as I talk, and I'm gonna use the broccoli and cheddar I'm gonna put into this pan right here. So FYI, depending upon if you like bite size or if you actually like to bite into something, that's what the variety of pans is here to show you, right? Like you can choose, and the serving size will be the same. It just will be this will be 1 serving for like a muffin size, and about 3 of these would be a serving. You could put them into the freezer and then reheat them super easily. So, but selenium is when you ingest it, helps with your metabolic function. So it helps your metabolism, helps speed things up, right? So if you start your day with egg whites, you're giving yourself protein, which protein, if you don't know, actually when you ingest it, it releases dopamine. So dopamine is your reward hormone. That's the thing where, people who struggle with addiction, their dopamine receptors are kind of off. So, or not off, but they're constantly looking for that dopamine high or whatever it is. And a lot of times when we eat too many processed sugary fat, carbs, and all that other stuff, our dopamine receptors get dull, and so we need more and more and more. And then it doesn't feel like we're coming from a place of choice. It feels like we're coming from a place of panic because we're constantly searching for that reward hormone. Well, if you start your day with something like an egg white bite or even egg bites, where it's not highly processed, you're doing really good sourcing, you have fiber, fat, you have protein, all in the same bite, you're starting your day off by giving yourself that protein actually releases that dopamine that you want, and then also releases something called PPY, which is peptide peptide YY, which is your control hormone. So you know how you only have so much willpower in a day? Well, if you start with protein, it releases that control hormone, so you actually have a bit more control for the rest of the day, believe it or not. Isn't that crazy? Our hormones are doing so much stuff behind the scenes that is so much more than just calories, right? I feel like most nutrition is about calories in, calories out, and carbs and macros and stuff, and that's so true. But what's happening, our bodies are interacting with those things and releasing hormones that behind the scenes are causing us to act in ways that we may not even be aware of, and then we feel shame about it. Well, our bodies are telling us stuff. We just need to pay attention. So this is going to go in the oven, and I'm going to put it over here. I'm going to go to the next one. All right. So I forgot the collagen. Oh, Rodgers. All right. I will figure out how to put collagen in this one. So these, depending upon, here's why I did 3, because I like the variety of, I want you to see that there's lots of ways to do this. So this is 1 can of Rotel that I drained, and then I took about a quarter cup of not sun-dried tomatoes, roasted red pepper, and then I diced it up really thin, again, because I want each bite to have a lot of flavor. So the tinier that you can cut it, the more it's evenly distributed throughout all the different little muffins. So thank you, whoever's giving me a thumbs up. That's amazing. So I'm gonna put all of that in here. All the food and all the things. Why did I use my hands? Oh, gosh. All right. Sometimes I don't think all the way through. All right, so then we have more egg whites. So I'm gonna do the same portion. All right, 1 cup and 3/4 cup. And then I'm gonna add, see this? This is about 1/3 of a cup of collagen powder. I use CV Supplements. I will put a link in the bio. Their sourcing is incredible. The bovine are grass-fed, happy cows. The fish are wild caught. They actually are able to get the inside, the collagen on the inside of an egg. And then the chickens are happy chickens. So who doesn't want collagen from a happy chicken? But genuinely, like, I started taking collagen, and what's amazing is it's helped my recovery time. I used to get sore a whole bunch, and honestly, I get sore a lot less. I have to go either not work out for a few days and then go back into it, or I have to like really work out, and I'm only sore for a little bit now. Also, my stylist, Ruthie, told me I have been struggling with hair loss. I don't know if you're on the 5-in-1, sometimes that's kind of a thing that we go through as our bodies are changing, our hormones are changing. But after I started taking collagen, my hair is stronger and more lustrous, which is super great because I was afraid I was going to be bald for a little bit. I really was, just a little bit afraid. Okay, so the one back here is 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 24 as well. It's just a little bit larger, so I'm gonna put them in. All right. So I'm wondering if I'm actually gonna do this whole thing in front of you, or if I'll just show you the next one because it is Friday, the day before Christmas, or not day before Christmas. The last Friday before Christmas is what I'm trying to say. So you're trying to get your shopping done. Again, this is a great thing to have for your family and friends when you are having holiday parties. They're super easy to make ahead of time to put in the fridge, like the night before. If you're trying to do some prep work and just have it really easy on yourself, you can literally just scoop these guys out, put saran wrap over the top of it, and then bake them the very next morning. And they are always a party favorite. Or always like a holiday favorite for my family. But also if you're in some sort of, I keep saying basketball because I met a guy this past week. He was wonderful, and he was telling me that he recruits for girls basketball. He recruits for colleges, and it made me remember where I was when I was playing basketball and how much I loved the game. And I wish I had known about collagen. I wish I had known about protein and what that would do for my body and how that would help my actual performance. I was literally doing nothing nutritionally to help me and just going off of pure steam and love for the game. And I think it could have turned out differently. I think my games could have even been better if I had paid attention to my nutrition or known how to pay attention to it. So literally, look how easy that is. Totally done. I probably will fill these up just a tiny bit more, but that's another 24. All right, so last one. This last one is, I don't like mushrooms. I don't know about you, but I don't like mushrooms, but I know people that do. And so I'm gonna try this. So I've got about, I would say, in the package, it looked like, as far as whole mushrooms, it looked about 2.5 cups. It reduced down to probably like this little guy. Once you start to blend it together, you take the air out of it and it just gets to be smaller. This looks like a cup of mushrooms and about 1.5 cups of spinach once it's reduced. The spinach itself was probably about 3 cups when I put it into the food processor. Also, if you don't have a food processor, it's Christmas, you should probably ask for one because it's the best kitchen tool ever to make short work of refining a lot of ingredients really easily and evenly. So I'm gonna put that in there along with the cheese. All right, and the cheese is about 1/4 cup. Then I have another 1/3 cup of collagen. Again, adding those. And then I just realized I'm gonna run out of this. This is probably 1/4 cup. So that means we're gonna play a little bit here. All right, so you're gonna watch me hopefully adeptly, you know what? I'm gonna add a couple of egg yolks in there because I'm gonna make some that are a little bit higher in protein. Here's the thing, the egg yolk, a lot of times the reason people are afraid of it is because it has 4.5 grams of fat. And so if you're trying to, I don't know why I'm separating these out. If you're trying to pay attention to fat and not ingest too much, egg whites are a perfect solution for that. They help you get, again, the 3 grams of protein per egg white without any fat. And it's only 16 calories per egg white. So I'm gonna, you know what I'm gonna do? Just to make this faster, I'm working out. So I'm gonna have a little bit more of these. If you're on the 5 and 1, just do the egg whites. If you're doing like Whole30 or keto, the full egg I'm sure is fine. Actually, Whole30 you may want to do half and half. But all right, I think that will be enough because I already have the 1/4 cup. So I'm going to take my whisk and whisk them together. This one's a little bit trickier because I have to mix in the egg yolks together. But oh man, it's they end up being so pretty too. What I'll do is I'll take a picture of them after. I'll take a picture and show you the variation of sizes and kind of what that looks like. But again, this doesn't have to be like, you don't have to cook this every morning, right? Like cook them, freeze them, and then put them back in the stove if you are anti-microwave, which I totally get. But if you are okay with the microwave, put them in the microwave for like 30 or 45 seconds in the morning, and you can cook enough for an entire week and have them. You can actually probably, if you get a good freezer bag, you could probably do it for a couple weeks. So, you know, again, convenience is a really big part of health, to be honest with you, because of the way that we live our lives. If we're people who think that we don't have to have convenience in our lives, I think we set ourselves up for failure, to be honest with you. I know that was true for me. I wasn't someone who had a whole bunch of time, and I would do programs that required a whole bunch of effort, and I could only be consistent for so long, and I don't know, it was real hard. It was really tough, and I finally found out that I was able to be consistent when I made it easier on myself. So this is kind of figuring out, instead of, again, not doing the Pop-Tart, because you and I talked about it. We talked at the very beginning about how, you know, having things that are really highly processed, even oatmeal sometimes, if it's not a sprouted oatmeal, it's going to spike your insulin level. It's going to give you a lot of energy like a fire hose up front, but it's going to go quickly into storage. So if you're not working out like a banshee in the morning, that oatmeal could very much just give you energy for like 10-15 minutes, and then it stores it away, and then you feel hungry again and you're confused because you're like, I just ate oatmeal with a banana and peanut butter and I should feel full. Well, your body is just trying to help you with your efficiency and trying to move that into storage because it's only supposed to get a little bit at a time. So these little protein egg white bites, or egg bites, however you want to make them. Again, protein will turn on dopamine, right? So in the morning, you want to get the really good feels. Have some protein, have some egg whites. And then it'll also increase the production of peptide YY, which is your control hormone. Again, I'm learning all this stuff as I go, by the way. I got that off of Body Love, which is a book by Kelly LeVeque. She is incredible. She makes it super easy to hear all the things. So I just kind of am making sure that I have the majority of the little muffin tins full. What happens is the eggs will expand a little as they cook. All right. Yeah. So moms, dads, if you've got kids who are playing sports, this would be a great thing to either have them make or make for them and have it ready as a pregame meal. All right, so yeah, that's all whole thing. This is 12. Each one of these would be a serving depending upon your nutritional needs, maybe 2 of these. But one last thing. So Starbucks has those egg white bites, right? They have they're little, they're about 230 calories. I think that they're 11 grams of carbs, and here's why. They add, in order for them to be sustainable, totally fine, Starbucks, do what you gotta do, but I'm gonna call you out on it. They add potato starch to it to help with the preservation of it so that it can be transported. So even though it feels like, oh, I'm eating something really great, which is better than the bacon Gouda sandwich that you might choose. So good on you if you're choosing one or the other, no shame. But know that if you make it at home and just give yourself, do it one time a week, every other week or something like that, you're gonna serve your body better. You're gonna serve your goals. You're likely gonna serve your goals better. If every once in a while you have to have a convenient like little egg white bite, go do it. That's awesome. But here's this should be an easy way to do it. So put them in a 350-degree oven. I'm gonna do it for about 12 minutes, and then I'm just gonna test with with a toothpick, see if they're done, and that'll be it. All right, well, if you have any questions, just message me. You can message me. That's a good way, just message me, whatever. Also, if you don't already follow me on Instagram, go to Irreverent Health and follow me there. I also have another Instagram page called I Can't Even Meals, which I haven't really done anything with, but if you want to follow it, because eventually I will, you could totally do that too. But I also have a YouTube channel where I have these videos placed. Actually, no, you know what, my website, irreverenthealth.com. My friend Catherine has done such a great job of uploading those videos and blog content and information and everything on that page. Go there, irreverenthealth.com. All right. Hope you have a great Friday and happy weekend eve of Christmas. Okay, bye.